Meow. Meow. Meow.
All right, it is championship week. What better way to have it than to have two brothers setting it up?
Yeah, it's kind of like we're the new Kelsey brothers, if you think about it.
Or if you don't think about it, probably.
Just accept it.
Yeah.
As soon as the matchup was finalized, I just hear, Bo and Aaron, come on down, and the whole Price is Right thing just like starts playing.
Yep.
Going to the fans. Yeah.
We've literally never had two Prices win in the same week of the playoffs. I mean, we've barely had a Price win 1 week of the playoffs, so much less having two. It also was, again, the top two scores of the week moving on, so you can't have that regret of having the wrong side of the bracket or anything. Aaron, you versus Kevin, you had all of your players play at 1 o'clock and just absolutely went off, and Jonathan Taylor really did everything.
Well, I called him and I said, duct tape that motherfucking ball to your hands when they hand it to you and make them pry it off you every time. So he was carrying a roll of duct tape. He was just wrapping that up every time they handed it to him. And it worked. I'm just worried my team may have blown their load a little early. They also probably thought it was championship week. They were like, we gotta do it. My boy. And then I was like, wait. 1 more week.
No, that was insane to literally just see after the very first set of games, 155, and then Kevin just has to look at it and hope and pray that his team can just slowly catch up. How'd that feel, Kevin?
I mean, after the third Jonathan Taylor touchdown, I'd pretty much stopped watching football. I think I went and played the Lord of the Rings game with Austin and them. My team put up 120, which is a respectable number, so I can't be like too mad at it. Nothing you could do, you know? Sometimes the other team's just got a better team. So hopefully the new dad buff carries you 1 more week, Aaron, and you get the whole thing. Because if I'm going to lose, I want to lose to the champ. That's how I want to write it down. So, yeah.
But also, I am curious, Kevin. You've now played Chase, who in the regular season kept waiting until the last minute of Monday Night Football to snatch it from you. And then you also played Aaron last week, who just did it right off the bat. And I'm curious which one you prefer over the other.
I definitely like, Aaron's version. It's much easier just to be like, well, goddamn. And then, go play video games and get drunk.
It's called the Band-Aid effect. I didn't even realize that all my players played at 1 o'clock until like 9 o'clock that night. I was like, what is Bo talking about that all my players played at 1 o'clock?
Me versus Chris. I have PTSD against Chris just obliterating me in the semifinals. And so I was already scared. 3 minutes in, having Jalen Hurts go out with a concussion and go to the locker room, I was like, okay, it's happening again. And then Drake London out at halftime, CeeDee Lamb out at halftime. I was like, yeah, this is not going to happen at all. But luckily, his team just did super par or subpar, and I had a couple players pop off, so I was able to still get it. So you didn't bully me this year, Chris.
Yeah, I guess you were mentioning how your team likes to bring out the Pro Bowl roster in this semifinals week, but I guess Chris brought his Pro Bowl roster against you.
I am curious if that means that the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. Maybe Chris laid down for his own fandom.
I mean, I respect it if he did. I would do the same thing if it worked that way. If I could get a Panthers Super Bowl just by losing in the fantasy playoffs, I would do it every year.
It would be so cool to see the Lions in the Super Bowl and them be up like 28-3 at halftime and then pour it on and win like 78-12 or something. And they're like, we just didn't want them to come back. And Campbell suits up.
But yeah, also one other game, none others really mattered, but Aaron, I figured you'd want to comment on the toilet bowl there.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It is just insane. Garrett, congrats on the win. You're a way better manager than Andrew. You have brought his team that he left you up and above where Andrew currently sits with the team that he was handed, a year and a half, 2 years ago? Great job, Garrett. I can't wait to see what you do next year. Andrew, enjoy the toilet bowl moving forward.
Then looking at the bracket votes there, we brought up last week that the only people that were correct going into the semis were Kevin, Chris, and Mir. And there were only 4 options of the outcome there. And they covered 3 of them. They were all different. They were all wrong. Not a single one of them picked the right people. It was that fourth matchup of me and Aaron, and nobody picked it. So that's pretty hilarious.
That's like how sports betting works. Like this guy will be 100 yards every single game. You bet out on 3.
Nobody gets the perfect bracket. We do have 4 brackets with the correct matchup for the championship. Not perfect, but me and Aaron picked ourselves to go against each other, and then Garrett and Alex also picked this matchup. Me and Aaron picked ourselves to win. Garrett picked Aaron to win. Alex picked me to win. So it's 2-2 right there. Miller did pick me to win. It just wasn't in this matchup. So
Look, all I have to say, after Garrett's performance last week, his faith in me this week, him and I are going to take over this fucking league. It's going to be really, really, really dramatic build-up. It's going to be like a best friend movie, and then we're going to meet in the championship, and it's all going to crumble.
the whole relationship is done after that.
We will both block each other's numbers. We will actually both leave the league. We
Yep.
will never play fantasy football again. So I'm hoping that it's a 5 to 6 year commitment for me
Right.
and Garrett. But I also hope that we make the championship next year. So we'll see.
It's not a commercial. So we were saving this for championship week in the hopes that one of me or Jacob would be in said championship. But since we're not, we're still going to do it anyways because I want to drink it. I went to Ireland to watch Florida State get embarrassed. While I was there, I went to the Jameson Distillery, got a Jameson Distillery Edition bottle that's Florida State like embroidered or not embroidered, labeled or whatever. Says it right. You know. We're gonna crack this bad boy open. Me and Jake will take a shot for you and Aaron, Bo, since we didn't make the championship game. If I can get this fucking thing open. Nice fun pop right there.
Sounds like Jameson.
All right, so me and Jacob are gonna do a shot here with Jameson. Cheers, guys. Delicious as always.
It's actually really good.
You can't get this one anywhere else. The Distillery Edition is only sold at the Jameson Distillery.
Yeah, so go to your local Ireland.
The Jameson Distillery Tour is awesome. I'll just go ahead and plug them. You get to go like walk through the whole thing. They show you the whole like distilling process, the shit they use, the wood chips and all that bullshit. And then at the end, they have like 5 different Jameson variants that you can try. There's also a variant that's only sold in Europe. Unfortunately, tastes the best, I will say. Can't get that one anywhere else but Europe. They won't sell us that one for whatever reason. I don't remember the reason. They had a legitimate reasoning for it, but I ignored it. Good stuff. Drink responsibly. Jameson's great.
A lifetime of competition. 29 years. Waiting for a chance. That wait is over. The time is now. The best of the best. The last 2 standing. Curses were overcome for this moment. Some things are priceless, but this championship, all about the price.
The Price Brothers Showdown. We got Trade Station versus Hungry Hungry Hush Puppies. There's a possibility of a new champ, or Bo can join the double champ crew with an asterisk, really just the 1.5, but we won't get into specifics there. Aaron, you went from the worst lineup IQ last year to the best this year. Crazy what a turnaround that does. This is the curse-breaking year. Aaron seems to always lose in the first round, so he got the bye week this year, just bypassed the whole thing. And then Bo loses in the semis more often than not. He's in the championship game. So we all know what that means. Someone will die on the field this weekend. If Chris was here, he'd just be making jokes the whole time. That guy.
Yeah, freaking joking about dead people.
The last time it happened, it was the very last game of the week, so that no subs could happen. So the last game of this week, the 49ers versus the Lions, which currently is both of our tight ends. So at least it's fair at that point.
That for sure means Dan Campbell will come on the field and rip someone's hearts clean out of their chest. That's how someone's going to die this year.
If he's wearing a Laporta jersey when he does it, I get the point.
It's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only fair.
Yeah.
We are going to get a new loser, too. Not only a new winner. Only Jacob and Chase have lost in the championship game, so Price Brothers going to join the
Fucking
club.
crazy.
Yeah.
Unless it's
You know,
another tie.
Or
Someone dies on the field.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a weird week. First games were on Wednesday. Last players on Monday. So we've got a whole spread.
We call this week the cold cut combo of games, baby.
That's right after Aaron had every single one of his players at 1 o'clock. And now
Yep.
he's got games at Wednesday, Thursday night, Saturday at 1, at 4:30, at 8:30, several Sunday games, all the way to Sunday night, and then Monday night. So it's literally just going to be the slowest scoring championship game I've ever seen.
Well, we can jump into some of the stats for this season. Top 2 in seeding and points and records. Also, if we take a look at the top 4 scores just total for the year, Aaron at number 1, 175. Bo at number 2 with a 172. Bo at number 3 with a 162. And then Aaron in the 4th spot with a 153. So they split the top 4 scores 2-2. But head-to-head, Aaron would have only gone 4 out of 10. And the only wins would be the week that he had the top score.
So he's dropping a 180 this week.
Yeah, kind of strange, honestly, for a team that had such a high season to, even though Bo's regular season was just ridiculous. That's pretty much all it is. Head-to-head all-time, Bo is 7-1, averaging a 140. Ridiculous. To Aaron's 114. The only game that Aaron won, 2018, Week 6. The very first matchup you guys ever played. You dropped a 156 to 110. Maybe that's a precursor to the championship?
Also, I'm just now realizing I have a 5-5 record, but I also have 5 buys. So right now it's 5-5-5. So I might drop out of this game right here so we can keep the cool triple fives.
I like that idea.
All right, this is your guys' chance right here. Price Brother Trash Talk. What do we got?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any trash talk. I'm honestly a little scared of Saquon Barkley and his thighs. If I saw him in person, I'd probably just like shiver in my boots. And then I'd probably question my sexuality at the same time. The biggest thing is I'm a little nervous about Bo's lineup, but I'm hoping Joe Burrow goes Joey Cool this week and it's nice
And throws it all to Jamar.
Hey, you know what? No, he's going to throw it to Mike Gesicki, and he's going to throw it to T. Higgins, and he's going to hand the ball off at the goal line because they can't score with Jamar Chase. They just literally, Jamar like always gets down there and goes.
I am basically starting like half of my lineup this week. I have hated all of notifications coming in just consistently through the week of like, CeeDee Lamb was out like the whole second half, and then they brought him back in for like a 5-yard catch, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, he's feeling all right. And then, oh, by the way, we're shutting him down for the year. It's like, whoa, wait. I still have one more game. I know that you guys think I probably lost last week, but I still need him. And then Kamara is out, but probably going to play next week, and Hurts is out, probably going to play next week. So that's real fun for me. I like that a lot.
Well, if you guys don't have any trash talk against each other, Aaron, do you want to take some more shots at Miller? Just, one more time for good measure.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you got a couple on me at the beginning of the year, and that are really throughout the regular season, and that's great. But the difference is I'm in the championship, and you lost in the toilet bowl, which in reference means you are the worst team in the league. I wanted to offer you some fair trades for Josh Allen, I don't know, a year or 2 years ago, and you didn't want to take it, and you put a lot of faith in him, and he scored you 12 points. So like I said earlier in the year, you can't put all your faith in one person. Trade him to me.
Give him to me right now, please, before this game starts.
After all is said and done, I'm so sorry. I love you a lot. Please trade me.
Can I please have him? All we really need to say is, Miller, just don't retire again just because of this. All right, come back and try and prove everyone wrong.
Man, look at Colt. He was, the laughing stock of the league for like 4 years, but he did some drafts. He got some people. He did some picks. He traded away some aging superstars and probably got rid of Derrick Henry way too early for, a generational tight end.
It's just a piece of advice, Andrew. They did say Colton used to be the laughing stock, and then he got his own little bit that he tries to drop. I mean, he's gotten me a couple times, so that's not a shot at Colt. Don't come at me. You're still kind of a scary team to mess with, Colt, so I'm not messing with you. Came out with that bit, and your team kind of turned around. So, Andrew, you got a whole offseason to think about it, and no pressure because there's only one way to go, and that's up. Because you're at the bottom.
Yeah, maybe he could just come up with a show, name it like Enjoying Wood, or wood
Broken
lover.
wood, and he just gets some sandpaper and just like
Yeah.
goes to town
Yeah,
on some wood.
sanding wood. That's all he's just doing is just sanding
Yep.
like a shaft.
It's just a
of wood.
dowel rod every week that he's sanding.
On the final episode when he's in the championship, he's still sanding that same piece of wood. Then all of a sudden, some wood glue shoots out the tip, and he goes,
We
Oh.
made it. In the meantime, you should woodwork like a nice little toilet trophy that you can hopefully
Yeah,
give
that
away
would-
next year, ship it somewhere
There
else.
you
But
go.
for this year, you just keep it. But it would be nice work from you. So
"Put some good lacquer on it."
yeah,
I think that's a woodworking word.
I'm pretty sure that anytime you speak on the episode, Miller mutes the TV though. Aaron.
Don't speak.
I'm not listening to you.
He's like in Waterboy, the coach, when Red Bull steals his playbook and he calls his mom in his high heels. He goes, "I hate him! I hate him! I hate him! I hate him!"
But yeah, the last game of the year. I'm happy to be in it, and I will be so unhappy if you beat me, Aaron. So please don't do that.
Yep, and I will be unhappy if I lose, and I'll probably quit the league. So I'm not going to be upset. It would be
Well.
pretty nice. I'm just saying, if I won this year, and then the trophy had to make its way to Pace, and then maybe Garrett wins, and maybe Chase wins, and we just keep that trophy in Pace for a couple of years.
Hometown trophy there.
Yeah.
I also feel like with all my players going out that Chase has been over there helping you with some voodoo, especially after you dumpstered Kevin last week. I feel like Chase lost in the first round and was like, Aaron, let me hit you up.
It's crazy because he's been in my backyard for 2 weeks, butt ass naked, just dancing around a fire. Every time I go out there, all I see is him go, "Hey." Then I go, "Oh God," and I leave him. He chants all night.
Well, it's working.
Thanks, Chase.
All right. You guys ready for this?
What better
Yep.
gift to give a loved one than the Jackhawk 9000? Yeah, I'm ready now. Get that out of me.